Okay, so this time our topic, of course, is evaluating, no, and monitoring. The e-governance initiatives, no. Evaluating and monitoring e-governance initiative is essential to assess their effectiveness, identify areas for improvement, and ensure that they achieve their intended goals of enhancing service delivery, promoting transparency, and fostering citizen engagement. The evaluation and monitoring process involves systematic assessment, measurement, and analysis of various aspects of e-governance initiative, including their impact on the government operations, service quality, citizen satisfaction, and overall performance. One of the key components of evaluating a governance initiative is assessing their alignment with strategic objectives and policy goals. So this involves examining how will the initiative support the broader vision and objectives of the government, as well as their contribution, no, to addressing specific challenge or priorities in service delivery and governance. Because evaluating e-governance initiative requires measuring their impact on the key performance indicators related to efficiency, effectiveness, and user satisfaction. And this may involve tracking metrics such as the time and cost saving achieved through automation, the number of citizens served, the rate of service delivery, and the level of citizen satisfaction with online platforms and services. In addition to quantitative metrics, no, evaluating e-governance initiative also entails gathering qualitative feedback from stakeholders, including citizens, government officials, and service providers. Surveys, focus groups, and interviews can be used to assess user experiences, perception, and satisfaction with e-governance tools and services, as well as to identify barriers or challenges to adoption and usage. And to give us more details about the topic, let us all welcome our presenter. Go ahead.
Thank you, Doc. Good afternoon po sa ating lahat. This is Vanessa Blanca M. Ortega, and I will present to you my assigned topic, the evaluating and monitoring e-governance. So, in today's world, citizens increasingly expect efficient and transparent government service. E-governance initiatives leverage technology to deliver these services, aiming to improve accessibility, convenience, and citizen engagement. But how do we ensure these initiatives are effective? So this presentation explores best practices in evaluating and monitoring e-governance projects. Okay, what is e-governance? E-governance, the utilization of information and communication technologies to enhance government operations and service delivery. It also aims to improve efficiency, transparency, accountability, citizen participation, and access to information. So e-governance is not just about putting government services online. It's a comprehensive approach that leverage technology to transform the way governments function. So through e-governance initiatives, governments can streamline processes, increase transparency, and empower citizens to engage more effectively. Monitoring. Monitoring is ongoing analysis of project progress towards achieving planned results with the purpose of improving management decision making. In monitoring e-governance initiatives is essentially the ongoing process of tracking progress, measuring performance, and identifying any issues with e-government programs. So monitoring in e-governance is about ensuring accountability, transparency, and ultimate the success of these initiatives. And it helps government understand if their digital programs are delivering the expected benefits for citizens and businesses. Evaluation. Evaluation is an assessment of the efficiency, impact, relevance, and sustainability of the project's action. So evaluation is in governance, initiative goes a step further than monitoring. It's a more comprehensive assessment that dives deeper into the effectiveness, impact, and overall of an e-government program. So evaluations differs from monitoring in e-government. In monitoring, it's concerned with how things done, yung process, while evaluation focuses on why and how well things are done, yung outcome and impacts. So, by conducting a true evaluation, government gain valuable insight to improve their e-governance initiatives. They can learn what's working well, identify areas for improvement, and make data-driven decisions about future programs. Monitoring and evaluation. Monitoring, it is a continuous management function to assess if progress is made in achieving expected results, to spot bottlenecks in implementation, and to highlight whether there are any unintended effects, it's either positive or negative, from an investment plan, program, or projects and its activities. So evaluation and monitoring are not an afterthought. They are central to the process of success of e-governance initiatives. By systematically assessing these initiatives, we can identify what's working, what's not, and make necessary adjustments to maximize their impact. Why why evaluate and monitor in e-governance? Number one is to improve efficiency, identify areas for improvement, and optimize resource allocation. Second is to enhance transparency. It increases public trust by ensuring clear and accessible information about government activities. Increase accountability, so it's measure progress towards goals and hold actors responsible for outcomes, and greater citizen participation, and evaluate the effectiveness of e-government initiatives in engaging citizens and fostering inclusivity. Okay, so what to evaluate? The number one is the effectiveness. Assess the extent to which the initiative achievements its intended objectives. The efficiency. Measure the cost effectiveness of the initiative in delivering services. Impact. So dito evaluate yung kung ano ba yung impact sa mga citizens. Then sustainability, assess the long-term viability of the initiative and its ability to be sustained over time. monitoring and evaluation process. Number one here is the planning and design. So effective planning and design are essential for a successful e-governance evaluation. First, you have to ensure your evaluation aligns with the national monitoring and evaluation framework to leverage existing structures and contribute to a broader understanding of government performance. Then, second, clearly define your objectives. O dito, meron tayong sinasabing SMART, yung specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound objectives for the e-governance initiative. So, this provides a focus direction for the evaluation. Then, second is the data collection. So, collect data from various stakeholders, including citizens, the users, government employees involved in the project, and potentially partner organization. Then utilize both quantitative and qualitative data to capture a comprehensive picture of the initiative's impact. Then third is data analysis. So analyze quantitative data using statistical methods to identify trends and assess progress towards objectives. So data collection and analysis are the backbone of any evaluation to get a well-rounded pictures of the e-governance initiatives effectiveness, gather data from various stakeholders, including citizens, government employees who manage the project. Reporting, next is reporting and utilization. In reporting and utilization, you have to prepare clear and concise report with visualizations for easy understanding both yung citizens and policymakers. Then yung disseminate findings o share the evaluation results with relevant stakeholders including the policymakers, the publics, and government agencies. And actionable recommendations. So base recommendations on the findings and provide concrete steps or improvement in the e-governance initiatives. And last is the continuous monitoring and improvement. So in continuous monitoring and improvement, you have the regular monitoring, continuously monitor progress towards objectives and identify any emerging issues or unintended consequences. Kasama din dito yung feedback mechanism. So you have to establish feedback mechanism for citizens to provide ongoing input on their experience with the e-governance. Then adapt and improve. So use evaluation findings and citizen feedback to adapt and improve the e-governance initiative over time. So feedback ng mga clients dito natin makikita, na-evaluate natin kung ano yung kung pwedeng gawin at i-enhance pa, i-improve pa. Existing monitoring and evaluation system on governance in the Philippines. So the Local Governance Performance Management System or the LGPMS is a web-based system designed to monitor and assess the performance of local government units in the Philippines. So it's a self-assessment and development tool that benefits both LGUs and the national government, the DILG. So LGU use the LGPMS to evaluate their performance and state of development in various areas and contributes that to transparent and equitable governance by generating data on LGU performance. Then benefits neto through LGPMS, na-improve yung LGU performance. So they help LGUs identify weaknesses and prioritize areas for improvement. And they enhance service delivery by understanding performance gaps. LGUs can better serve their constituents. National monitoring and e-framework and e-governance. So a comprehensive structure for assessing and tracking progress towards national goals. It establishes standard indicators and procedures for data collection, analysis, and reporting, and ensures consistency and comparability in evaluating e-governance initiatives across different programs. So, a national monitoring and evaluation framework is a comprehensive structure that a country uses to assess and track progress towards its goals and objectives. Our national monitoring and evaluation framework can support e-governance. So, a national monitoring and evaluation framework plays a vital role in ensuring the successful implementation and ongoing improvement of e-governance by number one here is setting clear goals and objectives. The monitoring and evaluation framework establishes specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. Yung sinabi kong SMART goals for e-governance projects. So this clarity ensures that everyone involved is working towards the same objectives and allows for better measurement of progress. Then second is identifying key performance indicators. So the monitoring and evaluation framework defines relevant KPIs to track the performance of e-government initiatives. These indicators could measure things like citizen satisfaction with online services, efficiency gains in government processes, or the cost effectiveness of e-governance solutions. Next is data collection and analysis. So, monitoring and evaluation frameworks outlines methods for collecting and analyzing data on e-governance initiatives. So, this data can be used to identify areas for improvement, track progress over time, and demonstrate the impact of e-governance on citizens and government operations. Next is reporting and transparency. In monitoring and evaluation framework, establish mechanism for reporting on the performance of e-government initiatives. So this could involve regular reports to government officials, parliamentarians, or the public. And transparency in reporting helps build trust in government and foster accountability for e-government incentives. And lastly is the continuous improvement. Monitoring and evaluation frameworks enables continuous improvement of e-government initiatives by providing data and insights that can be used to identify areas for improvement, refine strategies, and adapt to changing needs. So a national monitoring and evaluation framework is a valuable tool for supporting key governance initiatives by establishing clear goals, identifying relevant KPIs or the key performance indicators, collecting and analyzing data, reporting on performance, and promoting continuous improvement. And it can help ensure that e-governance investment deliver the intended results for citizens and government alike. Performance metrics for governance projects. Performance metrics for governance projects are essential, the standard used to measure the success of these initiatives. So here's are the breakdown of performance measures categorized for e-government projects. Number one is the efficiency. So dito yung sa service delivery, yung transaction processing time niya. Doon sa for example, applying for a permit, filing taxes, yan. Kung ito ba ay mabilis or medyo mabagal pa. Effectiveness, user satisfaction. Kung ito ay clear ba yung information and overall satisfaction with online services. Then accessibility, kung mobile friendliness ba siya, kung accessible kahit smartphone ang gamit. Then equity measures, digital divide penetration, it's analyze access to technology and the internet across different demographics to ensure inclusivity. Then lastly is the innovation measure. So ito yung number of new e-government services launched. And dito yung track the introduction of new online services offered by the government. Also the use of emerging technologies. It measures the adoption of new technologies like AI, blockchain, or etc. in government initiatives. Continuous improvement strategies in e-governance. Number one is e-governance initiatives hold immense potential to improve government services and citizen engagement and overall efficiency. However, achieving lasting success requires a focus on continuous improvement and learning from past experiences. And here are some strategies for continuous improvement of government services. Number one is develop a monitoring and evaluation framework. So establish a system for tracking progress, measuring outcomes, and identifying areas for improvement. This framework should include relevant performance metrics, reports, and next is gather feedback. So collect feedback from citizens, government employees, and other stakeholders through surveys, focus groups, and public forums. So this allows for early identification of issues and users' needs. Next is data-driven decision-making. It's utilize data collected through monitoring and evaluation and user feedback to inform decisions about project adjustment, resource allocations, and future initiatives. And agile development, it's implement an iterative development approach where the e-governance platform is continuously updated and improve based on user feedbacks and changing needs. And lastly is the invest in capacity building. So equip government employees with the skills and knowledge necessary to open and maintain the e-governance platform effectively. So by effectively evaluating and monitoring e-governance initiatives, governments can ensure they deliver on their promises of improved services, increased citizen participation, and a more efficient and transparent public sector. So that's in my report, and thank you for listening.
Okay. Monitoring e-governance initiative involves ongoing tracking and analysis of key performance indicators and progress towards strategic objectives over time. And this enables governments to identify emerging issues or trends, measure the impact of interventions, and make informed decisions about resource allocation and strategic priorities. Another important aspect of evaluating e-governance initiative is assessing their sustainability and scalability. Now, this involves examining the long-term viability of e-governance solutions, including their ability to adapt to changing technological, organizational, and socio-economic context, as well as their potential for replication or expansion to other sectors or jurisdiction. Evaluating e-governance initiative requires consideration of governance and institutional factors such as leadership and stakeholder engagement, organizational capacity and readiness, and legal and regulatory frameworks. And these factors can influence the success or failure of e-governance initiatives and must be taken into account in the evaluation and monitoring process. So, therefore, evaluating and monitoring e-governance initiative is essential for ensuring their success, sustainability, and impact. I believe that by systematically assessing their alignment with strategic objectives, measuring their performance against key indicators, gathering feedback from stakeholders, and monitoring progress over time, governments can identify opportunities for improvement, make informed decisions about resource allocation, and ultimately enhance the effectiveness of e-governance initiative in improving service delivery, promoting transparency, and fostering citizen engagement. So I think that's it for this topic.